Well, thank you, Kumsa. Now, for our monthly book club conversation, we are speaking to members of the Bafati Bebumbene Book Club. And this is an all-female reading fraternity that prides itself in reading over 80% of African literature. They have read and discussed works from authors such as Chimamanda Ngozi Adiche, Nyathi, Ayobami Adebayo, Niq Mhlongo, James Baldwin, and many others. And joining me in studio this morning to talk about their two-year journey is Phindile, Ngwenyama, and Teboho, Mashiyane. Ladies, a very good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Happy Women's Month.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to start with you. Speak to us about the origin of this book club and what's the significance behind the name Bafati Bebumbene?
Okay, basically our group book club is based in Johannesburg. Most of members are in the north of Johannesburg and the West Rand. We met through a social media page by Dudu Busani, the author of the Hlomi series, and that's where we got connected and we decided to make a book club.
Okay. Now, unpack for us the importance of book clubs and the kind of role that it plays to each and every member.
Okay, so basically before we formed the book club, we're reading individually, and when you read individually, you don't have a good variety of book choices. So when you meet other readers, you get introduced to other authors that you may not have known when you were a solo reader. So I think it's important because it introduced us to a lot of African authors, African female authors particularly. So I think a collective is better than reading solo for that reason.
But don't you think it actually achieves its mandate? Because I've heard of stories of some of the book club members not getting along with each other and late coming in some of the sessions.
Well, we do experience challenges, but we are very fortunate to have members that are really committed to the book club and are committed to advancing their knowledge and reading African literature. So it works out for the best for us because everyone is committed and everyone pulls their weight into the book club meeting. So we do have latecomers. I'm one of them, but yeah, we make it work.
Okay. And we also have rules that we say if you are late or you miss a book club session, we have a fine in form of buying a wine, for example, for the ladies. So we make it fine, so not to be too stringent that people will not come because we've got strict rules, but we make it fun in a way. But we're all committed.
You know, I've mentioned in the intro that you read about 80% of African literature.
Yes.
Is this a deliberate attempt to preserve African languages or African heritage or African culture, or is it just some of the books that you obviously fond of reading?
Yeah, because when in essence, the most literature that we're exposed to is when we're at school, and most of it wasn't African literature. So we decided, because we've read so many overseas authors, why don't we try and explore the African literature?
Yeah.
And it was mind-blowing how many authors we've got, and they've got beautiful stories from Nigeria, Ghana, everywhere. And we decided, let's concentrate on that. And I don't know, automatically it just happened that we choose more of female authors. It just happens that way, but they've got the most beautiful stories.
Yeah, I think representation is important. It's important to read books that are written about you, for you, that you can relate to. So black authors achieve that, whether it's from Nigeria, South Africa or Ghana, but it's black experiences that we can relate to.
Talk to us about the state of literacy and the state of, the reading culture in South Africa, because I know that there's still a bit of a challenge, especially in the black communities.
Yeah, there is a bit of a challenge. I think social media has assisted us into broadening that view, because we have social media platforms where we discuss books, where we share topics about books, where we suggest books. So I think it's still a bit of a challenge. There's a lot of black readers that are not exposed to a lot of reading, that are reading material that is subscribed by either schools or varsities. But I think the culture is growing in the form of book clubs and book festivals and author launches. If you attend a lot of those, you get to expose a lot of the black literature to black readers.
Yeah. What are some of the most exciting books that you've read and discussed, and how do you go about picking your monthly picks?
Okay, so we've got 9 members, and each one's given an opportunity to choose a book. So you read it before, then you recommend it to the book club, and we all read that book and review it for that month. So for that month, you're the one who's in charge of the venue and the drinks and everything. And we do have open sessions where we invite the public on our social media pages on Twitter, Facebook, And Instagram. So people, we tell them a month before that this is a book we're reading, and you can come and join us. And we invite authors too. So the favorite book I think in the book club is Homegoing by Kasi.
I don't know how
it's a history of slavery, and it's a generational book from Ghana. I think that we fell in love with that book. And we also, one of our favorite authors is Nyathi, who wrote Gold Diggers, and Niq Mhlongo. They've been coming to our book club. We invite them all the time. And we've got such great authors who are always willing to come to our book sessions. And we also enjoyed the Abantu Book Festival that takes place every December. And we enjoy that because that's where we meet all the bookish people, meet the authors, and it's just a great time.
Okay, there's this, tendency or trait of partnering, or rather most of the book clubs partnering with black-owned booksellers and publishers. Are you also looking at jumping into that bandwagon?
We intentionally support black bookstores, and we intentionally support black establishments when we meet. So we'll look for a black-owned restaurant or a black-owned bookstore for our monthly meetings. It's just a little bit of our way of supporting our fellow black establishments.
You'll also be, I understand, you'll also be, celebrating the life of Toni Morrison and the kind of contribution that she made towards literature in general. Talk us through that.
Okay, so we decided that next week on the 31st, right?
Yes.
The 31st, yes, on Saturday, we're going to have a dedication to Toni Morrison, and each book member has been asked to read a different book by her, and then we'll share the readings. And we were fortunate to be approached by Lerato Lepere, who's a drama lecturer at Wits University, and she's doing a play. They're going to present a play based on Toni Morrison's life and stories. So it's to be a collaboration, and we invite people to come and join us.
For some of the viewers who are watching you right now, I mean, they're so fascinated, of course, by the kind of work that you do. Is your book club open?
Unfortunately, we're not taking on any new members, but we do allow people to come and visit. We just like to keep the book club small and have less challenges, and there's drama when it's a big group, but you are welcome to visit. You can even visit every month, so you basically are a member, you just not officially.
Okay, ladies, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, that was two representatives from the Johannesburg-based Bafati Bebumbene Book Club, and they've been sharing with us their journey and love for literature. Well, if you also belong to a book club or are a lone reader and want to join us for a Sunday morning book feature to talk about some of the books that you're currently reading or have read, just send us a detailed description of your book club via email. You can also send us a picture of those books with a brief caption using our social media platforms. You can use our Twitter handle at MorningLiveSABC or hashtag MorningLiveSABC. You can also tag or send us a Facebook message via our page MorningLiveSABC, and our email address is morninglive@sabc.co.za.